Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me?
What's wrong with me?
This stigma that there's something wrong with you.
To make you feel like you're doing something wrong.
You're doing wrong! You're doing wrong! You're doing wrong! You're doing wrong!
I feel lonely.
It makes you feel lonely.
It does get lonely, okay?
Y'all, I'm lonely.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
What is really hard about being single for me personally is seeing other people in incredible relationships.
In capital letters, I hate being the only single friend. It is a load of crap.
When I was single, that can be something that can really affect you if you hang around a lot of people that are in relationships.
It's like a double-edged sword. Because you see them in great relationships and you're like, that makes me so happy. That means there are good people out there, there are good men out there, all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, but they have them and I don't.
And then I wrote in lowercase letters because I don't care about life. Can you, just the letter U, not even the word, not even stay away from your other half for 1 frickin' second? Like, geez, you have friends too. That is so salty. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me?
It's called being a human being. Happy couples represent intimacy that is missing from your life. Happy couples put you in touch with yearning for a healthy relationship. Happy couples awaken feelings of loneliness. More about that later.
You know, everyone is in a relationship, so you're like, I don't have anybody to relate to about being single. You know, I don't have anybody to go out with and do single things with. You know, all my friends in a relationship, so it just makes me feel rushed and it just doesn't make me feel accepted.
Because you're balancing this, it's like a teeter-totter of like trying to figure out like being happy for them, but not being jealous and like admiring what they're doing, but also being happy and content in your present, you know, situation. It can just be a really hard line.
I wasn't even that unhappy that I was single. It was just because I was in a situation in this group where legit everyone is dating someone. So I'm just there like, just feeling left out. Like it was just that, like I just felt left out. I just wanted to share that because I feel like so many of us feel like that, but we don't talk about it. Like none of us talk about how we hate being single. Like I hate it.
Which I only recently started doing when I spoke to one of my friends and I was like to him, y'all, I'm lonely.
I'm Mr. Lonely.
It's because it makes you feel lonely.
I feel lonely.
It does get lonely, okay?
Loneliness is a serious issue in Western society. More than 3 in 5 Americans are lonely, with more and more people reporting feeling like they are left out, poorly understood, and lacking companionship, according to a survey released last year. I'll put the link in the description. And Gen Z is feeling it the most, so it will only get worse.
I feel like God's forgotten about me. Why am I still single? What's wrong with me?
Sometimes, you know, all your friends are busy, and sometimes even your family is busy, or they're going to bed early, or you know, something, or you really want to go do this one thing and you don't have anybody to go with, and it's like that can be really hard sometimes, you know.
Even though my friends are by my side and I go out with them very often, besides, it's not like I have nothing to do during the day. I have lectures, assignments, and I'm applying for jobs because I'm having a placement year next year. But there is no one to think about.
That can be hard. Loneliness is so real, especially when you're single. It can be so real. You just want to be the most special person to your most special person.
No more butterflies in my stomach. I'm honestly bored. Life is meaningless without men. No, no.
Yes, life is meaningless without men. It's hard for women to admit it in modern times. But almost everything that she's using, from the camera on her cell phone to the YouTube platform to upload a video about her hating to be single, is built and maintained by men. We're not even talking about the house that she's living in and who cleans up all the trash and crap every time she takes her shit.
Because I've been waiting for so long and it's such a strong desire of my heart. I know sometimes like you may see me going around like, oh, so happy to be single.
Oh yeah!
living my single life. But no, it really does get hard and it really does get discouraging sometimes when you don't have someone to talk to, you don't have that companionship.
So I'm insecure about that. I'm insecure that I'm not as loud, and I'm insecure that I'm super shy, and I'm insecure that I can be real awkward sometimes.
And the cringe part is that you're texting with many different guys and you're clueless who deserves your attention, and you're a little bit scared of being disappointed. I already experienced that, to be honest, but I won't give up. Like, I won't give up.
Once you're feminine, your hormones kick in and you're just like tick, 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 tick.
The constant tick-tock of the clock.
And you're just like, yo, am I ugly? Am I too this? Am I too that? What's wrong with me?
It's like we think time is rushing past us in this season and that we have to get married right away, and that if we don't, then either our ovaries are gonna dry out, or all the good men are gonna get taken, or we're gonna be at a point in our life when like our standards are lower, or we don't look as good, or you know, we can't do all the things we want to do, or something like that. Like this thing with the clock ticking by is an illusion.
No, it's not an illusion. What in the blue hell are you talking about? It's called a biological clock. Your system reminds you every month that your goal is to have children, and the best time to have them is in your peak reproductive years. Peak reproductive years are between the late teens and late 20s. By age 30, fertility starts to decline. This decline becomes more rapid once you reach your mid-30s. By age 45, fertility has declined so much that getting pregnant naturally is unlikely for most women. There's a wall, and before you know it, you're gonna hit it. Can't with biology.
In a relationship right now, and it's just like I had to ask her, like, well, why? Because you think you're 25 and you have all of this stuff together, why do you think you're ready for a relationship right now? Like, who told you that this was the age and this was the time set in stone for you to be in a relationship? Like, who told you that?
The womanist movement in conjunction with female nature.
I just feel the pressure. I feel like not being in a relationship, or have, like, if you've been single your whole life, or even if you're a virgin, honestly, and not so much my age, but I feel like as you get older, it's just literally like you need to just cure it.
The entire bubble of that college is, if you're not married while you're in college or right after you graduate, there's almost like this stigma that there's something wrong with you.
Like, I feel like to cure it, a lot of people will go out with someone they hardly even like, or someone who's not even that nice, to try and fix that loneliness. But the problem is you're just toying around and just playing games, and it's just like, why would you want to use people like that? Like, that's not fair.
Like, nobody says it. Nobody would ever say it. But it's kind of like, oh, why are they single? Like, did they not meet somebody? Did they just get broken up with? Like, it is like unprecedented in that area that you could graduate and not have a boyfriend.
And social media has a lot to play with it. Just like, you know, you hang around people that are in relationships, you follow a lot of people on social media that are in relationships as well. That can make you feel pressured and make you feel like you're doing something wrong, or you're not doing something right, or
like the relationships that you see on Instagram and YouTube, some of them may be actually really authentic and real. I'm not doubting that, but the longevity of these relationships are questionable. They may be really happy right now. The people that you envy on social media, like the relationship goals that you envy on social media, they may be really good right now, but who's to say that in 5 years, in 2 years, in a year, that relationship is still going to be existing?
I see women all the time always posting memes on how I want my man to be like this. If you ain't got this, that, and the third, you can't be my man. Or posting people that they look up to as a couple. And it has you don't really notice it, but it affects a lot of your, you know, mental health, and it really shapes your views on things a lot. Social media can, you know, just the influence of what you see other people do. And so that could be really, if you let social media get to you, it can really mess you up.
So that's it for today, guys. Manosphere, we working. This video has officially been highlighted.